severe outside today. But anyway, I was going to talk about not feeling your best. Perhaps feeling depressed, anxious, unwell. Being in a state that isn't really going to help you achieve all of the things that you desire and all of the things that you know you're capable of, but because of your emotional state, you can't really progress. I used to be in that state. It was around 5 years ago, and I just really felt like giving up, losing hope. Kind of didn't know what was going on, and it was difficult to open up. To others about it. But I went inside of me and I came up with my mind being ill because my body isn't functioning properly. And so the first thing I changed is getting more sunlight. Which is why I'm outside today, because sun is shining. And vitamin D is essential for your well-being. And I think that if you are in a place of feeling unwell and unhappy, one of the first steps you should take is going outside more often during the day. Back then, I liked to combine it with a walk because, as I said, an ill mind is the product of an ill body. And so, if it's more likely for you to feel happy and feel energized if you're comfortable in your skin. And so I just feel like going on a walk when the sun is shining, or even when it's not shining, is definitely going to do wonders for your well-being. So that's the first thing I changed. I knew that in order for my mind to work properly, I had to get my health, my physical health, in shape. And I don't mean in shape as in getting super jacked. It's really just being able to do the proper functionalities of your body. I do count push-ups and pull-ups. Just being able to move the mass that you are in and you are inhabiting is vitally important. Even though it seems so counterintuitive, it seems like mind and soul, or mind and body, have nothing to do with each other. It's the complete opposite. One can simply not live without the other. And so if you're trying to improve one or the other, it's in direct correspondence with each other. I want you to think about that. If you find your place, if you find yourself in such a place such as I was a couple of years ago, another thing I did was I knew that my mindset, my state of mind was manipulated. It was influenced negatively. I was constantly in a negative state of mind, in a scarcity mindset, as someone will call it. Fear, anxiety. They were like parasites eating my brain. And so what I did was I journaled. I journaled every morning. Sorry about that. I brought my journals here with me. And, well, this one, it's just a bunch of emotional stuff. I can't really show it to you all too well, but I wrote down my, what do you call it? It's my core values. I had a little sheet from when I was working at summer camp and where we were talking about our core values. I have just some notes that are obviously very personal, but that's what your journal should be. It should be a conversation with yourself, in my opinion. And over this, you can pause. I don't really care. As you can tell, 2023 gratitude journal. So I would wake up and, for example, here it was January 4th on a Wednesday, and I just wrote down what I'm grateful for. So it says the scale, because I was working on losing weight. Again, it goes back to physical health and it correlating with your mind. So I noted down scale, which shows me my progress. Waking up early and getting to appreciate the day. The sunrise. And I even wrote down wet wipes because they help me clean myself. And so it really doesn't seem substantial, but over time, as you can tell, this started in January. Well, at least this notebook did. I think this one it started in June 22. And so over time, I can probably show you a little more here. Let's see. Here's March. Oh, Bumblebee. We've got March, April even. March, April. There's probably going to be a lot of random stuff if you do end up pausing and reading through that. I mean, you can see here. That's a perfect example, really. April 2nd. My father, full fridge, sleep. Just stuff like that. And over time, what's going to happen is you're going to change. You're going to change the way you think. And how I felt is right now you're living life, and everything you see, everything you experience is from a certain perspective. And it's most of the time, it's not really your fault for seeing things in a certain way. Because if you'll trace it back, it could be part of your upbringing, your environment, things that have influenced you up until this point. But you have to decide if you still want to look at life in that perspective or if you want to change it. And so practicing gratitude and journaling, it's really going to shift your mind from always seeing the flaws and the negatives and the scarcity, from all of a sudden seeing the positive, the good, the abundance. And you're going to be grateful for every little thing that there's going on. And you can really lose yourself in that gratitude. Not only for all the small things, but it goes even beyond that. So, after practicing gratitude for a while, you're going to develop a perspective, a positive outlook on things that can even be negative. So, say, this is actually something that I wrote down in my gratitude journal. And I usually never approach anyone in public because I just get scared shitless. And so I just wanted to experience that. And so I did it. And it went horrible, which is expected because it was my first time, right? But instead of looking at that experience as something negative, as something heartbreaking, I was really grateful to even have the guts to pull it off. And even though I was constantly in my mind for like the half an hour leading up to that point, I still pulled it off. And that's what I was really grateful for, and not the rejection of itself. I hope I can clearly convey the power of this perspective shift. So I was really proud of myself, even though the outcome was negative, because I've worked on the shift in perspective of my mind. And that's what I'm trying to ultimately convey to you. And if you are feeling unwell and unhappy, it's really just that, right? It's your perspective on things, your outlook on things, your mind, which is in correlation with your body. And so I really hope that there's at least something you could take away from this video. And as always, I hope you enjoyed. And again, if you would like to save my life, you can do that by subscribing down below. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, or an exquisite evening. Please take care of yourself, stay safe, and I will see you very, very soon.